What's going on? Just got finished working out. Put my work in. I got to put it in now. Like I said, I'm coming out of retirement. 52 blocks. 52 blocks. Jailhouse boxing. That's why I am. Born and raised that way. I was born early. Got into the boxing game crazy early. My maker was Kenny DeVoe. He gave me my hands like in 1970? 1970. Learned how to screen out the first time I put up a screen. Learned how to parry off the elbows. That was a long time ago. Thank God for Kenny DeVoe. Cat coming home from Comstock. And other facilities around New York City. I was at that time I was in Vanderbilt Projects. They changed the name of the projects now. I really don't know what it is. It's something Gardens. I don't know. Something Gardens. Yeah, but I came out of Vanderbilt Projects back in the days. I came out with Mark DeVoe, Kenny DeVoe, the original Puma, Jazz, the original Rat. Back then we was in every little courtyard had games and all that, and you had to learn how to fight. So one way that we learned how to fight, man, like coming out the box, like I ain't learned how to fight like no regular old kind of way. The first time I threw my hands up, I was Jailhouse, and that's what we learned in my projects, how to Jailhouse. If you couldn't Jailhouse, you was kind of weird, like you looked at it a little bit different, like we all fought the same. We all threw off the screen and rocked off our elbows like that. Back in the days, that was the first thing. Remember that? Used to be doing that shit. As we got older, all of us kind of like, well, at least myself, started adding little different things from what I understood about what Jailhouse was. Of course, going through the penitentiary, I picked up little things here and there in the penitentiary. But honestly, I picked up more on the streets, about jailhousing. Like we did a lot of housing, in the dorms and in the tiers and shit like that. But for me, I don't know, it was a little bit different. It just seemed like I was more into it, when I was around the way, like cats would, we would like throw our hands up quick if we was drinking or smoking some shit like that. We ended up housing, just to see like, and a lot of times it was like, yo, let me see what else you add on to your piece. Like, because jailhouse, like you just keep adding on, and then the more you learn, you keep adding on there. And that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. I see there's a lot of cats that's they in the game and they know a lot about it. But then there's some cats don't have a clue. Shut them down. They don't have a clue about what jailhousing is. Or what 52 is. Like the way I picked it up is a little bit different. And all I'm saying is like you respect mine, you don't have to. But I'm telling you what it is, and if you listen to my mouth, right, you're gonna hear what's real. You're gonna hear what's real. Like I can talk about 52. Because I was born and raised in it. Like a lot of cats, like like I said, they just catching on to it. Like and like I've been out of the game for years. Like I ain't really tried. I put my hands away, really. I put my hands away, but I can straight up and down. My hands was no choice. Anybody who ran up on me to tell you, like, my hands was with it, man. My hands was with it. And I can say that. And I'll show them proof through my ways and actions how I'm living. I'll show them proof. Like I'm not one of the cats that's like on the scene, on the 52 scene out there making DVDs and videos. That's what motivated me, to come on out and talk about it. And I also want to share it too, right? Because I just wanted to go down right. Like a lot of Europeans, a lot of Caucasian cats just jumping in the game. I see a lot of young cats, they just doing crazy shit. Like, I ain't gonna mention no names, but I'm watching videos and I'm like, yo, that shit's funny. Then there's some cats that I seen that's wicked with it. So like, yo, serious. And I really respect that. Like, I seen a couple of cats that's nice. Respect it. I'm a straight up respect it. They probably give me the pings right now. That's why I got to stay on top of my game and get better and better at what I'm doing every day. That's what really motivated me. To put my hands, take my hands out of retirement. And put them on tape. See where they at. Like I'm looking forward to, a little sparring session at some point with somebody, somewhere doing something But as soon as my hands get a little bit better, I'm saying, if you look up top or somewhere above me, because I'm dropping this after, like I did 2 joints. I don't know what other joint was, because I don't know too much about the internet and all that shit, right? But I just dropped the joint. The name of it is In Tight. That's just a little something, give you a little idea about, where I'm at with it. And that's like my second video. Like, I've been using my hands now for like the last, I caught on to this shit like about 3 weeks ago. I've been using my hands. That took me like a week to even comprehend. Like, I had to watch the videos for like a week straight. Just like, oh shit, yo, this is crazy. Like, I guess you must be like, but where this cat been? This shit has been going down for years. But like, I just ain't been with it, man. I ain't been in it. I've been doing something else, man. Doing life and life doing me. And you know what I'm saying, trying to get me. I just haven't. Like, it never caught my attention. And then one day I was just out of curiosity, because I really love the boxing style. It's the boxing style for you, who don't know. So here's some knowledge. Here's some school. Right, Jailhouse boxing is a style of boxing, and it was created so that you could demonstrate your own personal style. What's going on, man? You demonstrate your own personal style of boxing, which is what I really enjoyed about it. That it allowed us to mix martial arts with a particular boxing style. And as we were growing, Cats was really like combining these two particular arts, martial arts, kung fu with boxing. And it came from, Cats really having a full understanding of what kung fu was about, having a full understanding of what Western boxing was about, what it was to be a pugilist, in the Western Hemisphere. A lot of African American cats picked that up and really enjoyed it. It was something that, boxing is something that we did, as a pastime, slap boxing, in the hallways, in the projects, in the courtyards, on the stoop. Wherever we was at, whatever we was doing, just more or less to like, pass the time, have fun, laugh, enjoy, and to see who had the nicest hands. Cause that's what it was about. It was about who had, the nicest hands, and who was developing, as we was growing. So, a lot of cats, I came up with, their hands, wicked, some moves and some developments that I still haven't seen yet. Because like I said, Jailhouse boxing is really, this individual has a lot to do with your understanding of yourself. It's about mastering yourself. It's about spiritual growth and development. Like a lot of this is about the math. Jailhouse boxing is mathematics. It's supreme math. We understand the supreme math. I'm not talking about you don't have to be God in order to understand the supreme mathematics, man. Supreme mathematics is a whole lot of things. You just have to allow yourself to branch out, man. You have to allow your thinking to become, full. Not be afraid to grasp hold of all concepts in reality. And it gives us a lot. Which brings me, right, to where your boxing heart is. Your spiritual growth and development really gives you your boxing heart. Anybody can box. Anybody can develop a skill. Anybody, can have fast hands. Anybody can block. It's where you at spiritually with self-defense. And jailhouse boxing is a form of self-defense. And like I said, in my first video, I will continue to develop, and I would like to allow you to see me in my development of my understanding, my form of martial arts, jailhouse boxing. This is my form, and my form is a form of martial arts. It is a martial art. It started out as a martial arts. There has always been kicking. There has always been sweeping. There has always been jujitsu. There has always been grappling in jailhouse boxing from the very beginning, from the onset. There was locks and suplex from the very beginning. There was grabbing and throwing from the very beginning. If I can get you in a suplex, from maneuvering from a boxing stance or move, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do everything I can to subdue you as quickly as possible. If that means, short of throwing a straight front kick or a sweeping kick or a double kick, if that's what it takes to subdue you, then yes, that's boxing. Make no mistake about it. So I wanted to just have a little short conversation so people will hear me speak or they hear me talk. I want you to understand that this is not something that's just I'm just making up. I'm listening to cats and it's like they just making it up. Like, they really don't have a clue. They like you wasn't there.